Welcome to a Monday edition of Autoweek TV. We'll put a charge into the start of this week with a closer look at the Mitsubishi electric car in just a couple of minutes. Now let's get started with a check under the hood of the auto world. Saab is so offended by the offer from two Chinese companies to buy the struggling Swedish automaker that it has called off plans to take investments from them. Swedish Automobile, the owner of Saab, said Sunday that it doesn't want the $340 million from Youngman and Pengda. Saab has been waiting for the Chinese government to okay the investments, but then Youngman and Pengda said last week they would rather just buy the company. Saab says it is still talking with Youngman and Pengda, but this development doesn't make the future any clearer for Saab. Another race driver has sadly lost his life. MotoGP's Marco Simoncelli crashed on the second lap of the Malaysian Motorcycle Grand Prix on Sunday. Tragically, his helmet came off during the crash and he was hit by the other riders. Simoncelli was 24. Officials canceled the race. Nissan CEO Carlos Ghosn on Monday said the carmaker will add a plug-in hybrid to its stable of environmentally friendly cars in 2015. Ghosn did not give other details about the car, but Nissan already plans to launch a new Altima hybrid within the next 2 years. And it's getting ready to build the Leaf electric car in Tennessee. Now, since we're talking about electric cars, let's take a couple of minutes for a closer look at Mitsubishi's entry, the sedan. Here's West Coast editor Mark Vaughn.
The name of the game with the new U.S. spec Mitsubishi is efficiency. It has a small, lightweight, and inexpensive battery and still manages to go about 60 miles or so between charges. When the goes on sale here in January, it will be the least expensive electric car in America, just $21,625 after the federal rebate, and just $19,125 in California after that state's rebate. Depending on where you live, it can also be real cheap to charge the battery. Prices vary nationwide, we know, but in Southern California Edison territory, electricity starts at just 10 cents a kilowatt hour. With a 16 kilowatt hour lithium-ion battery, that's $1.60 to fill up. The EPA says the will go as far as 98 miles in city driving. The window sticker lists 112 miles per gallon equivalent, which is the highest in the country thus far. Granted, 2012 will see a rush of electric cars and plug-in hybrids on the market, but none we've seen come close to what the figures are for efficiency. The US version has the same goofy shape of the Japan version, but it is 4 inches wider and gets bigger front and rear bumpers. Airbags galore, a reinforced door sill for side impact protection, a wider track, and a more refined chassis for better stability at high speeds. There's even an electronically smoothed out throttle tip-in to make it feel more like a normal car. You drive it just like a normal car, right down to twisting the key to start it. It feels more settled on the freeway than its smaller Japanese spec cousin, with no hint of the mild wander and pitch that car exhibited. Those skinny tires and the car's relatively top-heavy shape mean it's never going to be a handler. But we never lost any traction despite a day of winding through the rain-soaked hills. This would make an excellent commuter and errand runner, something more than a city car, but not enough to take you to Vegas on a whim in less than 4 days. It offers plenty of headroom, elbow room, and legroom, though maybe one more click of travel in the driver's seat would have been just right. An awful lot of people spend most of their time just putzing around in day-to-day commuter traffic. You can still keep your Trans Am for driving fun, but for an everyday people hauler, you will like the efficiency and low operating costs of this little Mitsubishi.
Thanks, Mark. And there are plenty of birthday parties today. Dennis Anderson, the man who drives the Gravedigger monster truck, turns 51. NASCAR driver Dave Blaney turns 49, and fellow NASCAR driver Brian Vickers turns 28. Party on, men! And that's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow with another hot lap of the auto world. And now we're off to enjoy the drive.
Thanks for watching today's edition of Autoweek TV. Be sure to catch all the latest car enthusiast news on Autoweek.com, in Autoweek magazine, and in Autoweek's iPad edition.